Welcome to Web3 Reviews. Thank you for being with us. Today, we're going to be talking about the crypto market. Let's go. Remember that none of this is financial advice. Did you guys see this story? 3 teenagers from Florida are accused of kidnapping a Las Vegas man at gunpoint, driving him 70 miles to a remote desert area in Arizona and stealing $4 million in crypto and NFTs from him. The victim had hosted a crypto event in downtown Las Vegas just before the kidnapping. So were these kids at the event? How did they know it was him? From online presence? He was posting his face, saying where he was going to be, flaunting his wealth. Next thing he knows, he's kidnapped. He wasn't staying vigilant enough. He wasn't moving with security. He wasn't doing the right thing. Man, I'll tell you this, Jeff Bezos was in downtown Seattle. People thought it was cool. Yo, Jeff, what up? Good to see you. He only had one security guard that you could see. Jeff was acting calm and collected. Could you believe somebody that rich acting so calm? Enough to say hello to a passerby on the streets of a crazy place like Seattle?
Man, watch closely at Jeff Bezos' security, bro. That man got a fake hand just to keep the Glocky on the other one. Keep the Glocky on point like this. And I don't blame him. Jeff Bezos richer than my whole bloodline, man. He needed protection.
You slow down the video and you say, whoa, wait a second. Why does security guard have 2 fake arms? You got fake hands poking out. Dude, you come to find out, man, this guy's rocking a submachine gun under the coat, using fake arms to deter you and think everything's okay.
Bruv, this guy's trying to take my phone. What fucking dude? Fuck up, you little pussy. How are you gonna tweet your one out of this one, mate? Easy, lads. Give me the phone and take the money.
Drop the fucking money and run, boy.
Right.
He's got the P coat on, rocking a submachine under there for sure, bro. Okay? Nobody's touching Jeff Bezos. This dude's letting everyone have it. Because money's more important than people, man. They've said that time and time again. They've showed that time and time again, okay? And I know that's an upsetting thing to hear, but I'm talking about how the elites view us. And I'm talking about crypto, man. I'm talking about being your own bank. That means you gotta be secure, all right? You ever been to a bank and not seen an armed guard outside? No. You have to be your own armed guard. You have to be vigilant. You should stay anonymous in crypto. You shouldn't let people know what you have. Even your friends and family. Because loose lips sink ships, man. They tell somebody who tells the wrong person, next thing you know, you got someone knocking on your door in the night. Except they're not knocking. They're breaking in. What are you doing? Sleeping? You got a guard dog? You got a security system? You got a gun nearby? Come on, man. What's going on here? What's going to happen to you? Dude, I bought a Ledger a few years ago, which we're going to get into cold wallets and hot wallets and exchanges here in a few. And Ledger got hacked. And their point of sale system showed your email, your address, your name, because they had all your billing info. Dude, when they got hacked, all that information was leaked, man. I still get emails from a fake Ledger, and it says my name and my address that I used to live at, and it asks me to click the link and to type in my 12-word private key. These things happen in crypto. And because of that, I'm now a marked man, all right? I'm just like John Wick. I'm a marked man. And at any point, somebody could come for me. I'm on that list, man. You can find my name. You can search me up. I'm begging you not to. I'm begging you to not come looking for me. Because I'll tell you this, man. I invested my money in brass and steel. That shit holds its value, man. You know AK-47s were like $100 15 years ago? Now you can't even buy them in Washington. But they're definitely going for $1,200 to $1,500 if you were to be able to get your hands on one in a state that's able to sell them. Think like in Arizona or Idaho, things like that. I mean, it's the same thing as an AR-15, and AR-15 actually has more upside. Now, I know we've been taught that these are weapons of war, right? Dude, civilians are supposed to be able to hold the same guns that military holds. The right to bear arms is not so you could go deer hunting. The right to bear arms is so people could fight the tyrannical government. And I know that you would say, oh, well, the government has too many guns now, so we should just bend over and take it. Dude, okay, listen. At some point, there's going to come a time again when the tree of liberty must be refreshed with the blood of both tyrants and patriots. This is a quote from one of our founding fathers, man. And you got to respect that this shit happens from time to time. Think Mono Labe, man. 300. The Persians came and they said, hey, lay down your weapons and just come with us. What do the Spartans do? They said, make us, dude. Make us. This shit happens every now and again in history. It does. Because power likes to congregate and it likes to come for what you have. It likes to come for freedom. It doesn't like freedom. And you're going to hear Chad talk about this in a second, man. I like this guy's YouTube channel, the 3 of 7 Project. Chad is a Navy SEAL. You know, he's out of the Navy now, but you never stop being a Navy SEAL, right? Once you're in that club, you're in that club. So the point is, man, this Las Vegas story is scary, and it's not a one-off. People are getting followed home, even if they're not in crypto. They're getting followed home. They're getting followed back from the ATM. They're getting followed home from dinner. Because criminals are getting smart, man. They know you're keeping wealth on your phone. They know that you're able to get into people's house with their phones. Sometimes you got smart homes. We know that people will give up their stuff because, hey, their lives are more important. And I'm not going to tell you otherwise. But I'm here to tell you this. The robber might not spare you just because you gave him your shit. You like to think that they would. Oh, people are good. People are good. If they were good, why would they be robbing you? Especially at gunpoint. This shit happens. And to be paranoid is to try to take matters into your own hand. You know what happens when you call the police in the USA these days? They tell you that they'll call back in a few hours to take a statement. That's not going to do, man. That's not going to do if you're coming up against armed robbers at your house. What's a statement going to do for you in the next few hours? What if you're not there to give the statement anymore? So go get yourself a concealed carry permit, man. Get yourself a gun. Learn how to use it. Get yourself a few. Get yourself a shower gun. It's a meme in the gun community, or is it? It's a news story. It says somebody's house was broken into and they were in the shower and they managed to fend the guy off with their shower gun. And so somebody captioned it and said, I think I need a shower gun. Get your concealed carry permit, or don't, okay? I'm not a lawyer. I can't tell you how to live your life. And I don't think that a lawyer should be able to tell you how to live your life either. You need to decide for yourself. When you're somebody who gets into gun ownership, man, you have to know the law better than a lawyer. You think a lawyer just end all be all knows the ins and out of every single law there is? No, it's just like a doctor, man. They don't know everything, okay? You could know more than a doctor about certain subjects. A lot of doctors are just shills for big pharma. Where am I going with any of this? Let's listen to what Chad has to say, man. From the 3 of 7 project. I respect this guy's opinion a lot, okay? Let's listen to what he has to say about why he doesn't believe in the concealed carry permit. Check this out.
The answer is always, I don't have a carry permit. Why do I need a carry permit when the Constitution that binds these United States tells me and you that we have the right to keep and bear arms? So then why do I need a permit to tell me that I'm allowed to carry a gun? Do you understand what I'm saying? It's redundant. It's absolutely stupid. And a lot of people are confused, man. Why do I choose to carry a firearm with me everywhere I go? Well, I asked myself 2 questions a long time ago, and I want you to ask yourself these questions too. Are there bad people in the world? And by bad people, I mean, are there people in government, in your community, everywhere you go, are there people out there who want to impose their will upon you? In other words, are there people out there who want to detract from your ability to pursue life, liberty, and happiness? And the answer is yes, there are bad people out there. So that was the answer I arrived at. Didn't have to look very far to come up with that answer. And then I asked myself, well, if these people are out there, what tools are they probably going to use if they decide they want to impose their will upon me? And the answer to that at this current time and place is they're probably going to use a firearm. So I say, well, what can I do to stop a person, a potentially an encounter with a bad person? What could I do to stop them from imposing their will upon me by using a firearm, by using force, by using violence? So what can I do? Oh, that's right. I can also carry a firearm and I can match them pound for pound. If they decide they want to come up in my space and impose their will upon me, I can match them pound for pound. I at least want to have the ability to do that. Any law, rule, or regulation that detracts from your constitutional right to keep and bear arms, why do we choose to obey that? Why do we choose to go along with that? You know, it's mind-boggling to me. I want you to understand this. When we choose to obey laws, rules, and regulations that are contrary to our constitutional rights as American citizens, as citizens of the United States, when we choose to obey those laws, we are active participants in tyranny.
And yeah, like I said, I'm not the lawyer, okay? And if you want to listen to a lawyer, go look up the Washington Gun Law channel. He talks about more gun laws than just that of Washington State. But the thing is that Washington State has the same gun laws as California, which are like the most stringent in the whole country. If you know the laws there, you could assume that the laws are going to be less stringent in the likes of a Texas or an Oklahoma, okay? And I can be wrong saying that. You got to do your own research, all right? We got Grok out here now. We got people like William Kirk. I'm just out here talking shit. I'm a crypto guy, but I'm talking about being able to defend your bank. You are your bank, friend, okay? Don't be this guy who's getting robbed in the middle of the desert in Arizona. What is this, a Breaking Bad episode? William Kirk, Washington Gun Law. Great channel. Okay, this guy's talking about knowing your rights when you're a gun owner. My cousin had his wedding 2 weekends ago. I told him I was going to send him some XRP as a wedding gift, you know? And so I did. But it was his first time getting into XRP, and so I was kind of giving him a rundown. He told me we were going to have to talk more. It inspired me to go on this tangent. Coinbase and Uphold, Kraken, Gemini, These are exchanges or on and off ramps to crypto. Think of it like you're at the fair and there's only one way in where you could buy a ticket and there's only one way out. Now there's a few different gates where you could exit, okay? There's a few different gates where you could buy tickets, all right? That's an exchange. Now you don't want the fair to be holding your money. You give them your money when you go into the fair, and what, they're just going to hold it for you, and then you're just expecting them to have it forever. It goes to the moon, and you don't think that person at the front's going to take off with it. I think this is a decent analogy for it, because not your keys, not your crypto. What the hell are keys? What am I talking about? Well, hey, when you download a wallet, there's hot wallets and cold wallets. The first thing that wallet does is give you your 12-word private key. Now, some hot wallets, like MetaMask, maintain your 12-word private key inside of your MetaMask. So you can see it whenever you want. And that's dangerous because if somebody knows the little password you created to access your MetaMask, then they could see your 12-word private key. And if somebody knows your 12-word private key, they could rob your bank dry whenever they want. Dude, this is dangerous because if you have a phone that has AI on it and you're creating an account and it gives you a 12-word private key, is AI taking note of that 12-word private key and somebody could hack that AI and then see it? This is dangerous times we're living in, man. I don't want a device that has AI. If I want to use AI, I want to be able to go to it on my terms. I don't want it to always be there. So what I'm getting at though is if you get a cold wallet, which is an offline wallet, or whether you get a hot wallet, which is a wallet you download from a Play Store or a MacBook Store or from a website, right? Exodus, Trust Wallet, Zamin Wallet. These are some examples of hot wallets. MetaMask, that's a browser wallet. These things all allow you to store your crypto. Bifrost Wallet, that allows you to store your Flare. So different wallets for different cryptocurrencies. I know that's madness. You're going to have multiple wallets unless you're just in one or two assets. Then you're going to just have one wallet. If you're in XRP, you just need a Zamin wallet or a Ledger or a Trust wallet or an Exodus. I'm recommending Zamin wallet to you, okay? This is a great entry point. Not your keys, not your crypto. Get your crypto off the exchange. Don't let the fair hold your money at the gate. Go and enjoy the fair and hold your money in your pocket and hold your gun on your waist in case somebody tries to rob you because they know you're at the fair. Going on. You have a Zamin wallet. I recommend storing it in an offline device. Don't be walking around with all your money in your pocket like this dude in Las Vegas, right? Especially if you're going to a crypto conference, you shouldn't have any money on you. You should have one pair of clothes because you know you're going to get a shit ton of free swag, and you should maybe have a few $100 cash in your pocket to pay for shit. You don't need to be stunting to people. What are you doing walking around with $4 million in NFTs and cryptocurrency on your body? Dude, are you stupid? My God. Anyways, this guy's walking around like a walking lick, man, like they would say in rap music. Looking like a walking lick. I wonder how he was flexing, man. I wonder if he had the gold rolling on his wrist and the gold Cuban around his neck, dog. Don't be looking like a walking lick, bro. Don't be looking like a loot box from Fortnite. You know what I'm talking about. So hot wallet or cold wallet, it doesn't matter. It gives you this 12-word private key. That's your password to your bank account. If anybody had that, they could go and type it in and get your money. Now, I think that this is more secure than having an account like Coinbase, which has multiple risks. First of all, somebody hacking your email or phone number. I used to work at T-Mobile, and during my time at T-Mobile, if you had a Wells Fargo bank account and T-Mobile, there was a hack happening where somebody could steal your SIM card and then do the two-factor authenticator with your Wells Fargo and say, hey, I don't know my password, but I have my phone number, because they hacked your SIM card with T-Mobile, and then they could get into your bank and drain everything. This happened in real time back in the year 2018, 2019. This shit's not off the table. It's not so outrageous to not happen. And then you also have the risk of the exchange shutting its doors and disappearing forever, or coming under lawsuit and using your funds to pay for that lawsuit. This stuff has also happened. So you get your keys and you control your money. You don't have your keys tied to an email address or a phone number. It's pretty simple. You just control your keys. You write them down in two places. You put them in a fireproof box. You make sure that they're waterproof. All right, you weatherize them somehow. You laminate them. You put tape over them. I don't care how you do this. There are devices on Amazon which kind of are like a stamp of sorts where you could stamp this 12-word. Just make sure you don't store it digitally, okay? If you store it digitally, if you take a photo of it, if it's on your notes on your phone, you're one hack away from somebody getting your bank password. So the on and off ramps, if you're gonna send money to them, don't send too much. Coinbase is gonna be upset if you send them more than $10,000 at one time. If you're constantly putting your money into Coinbase, you should be taking it out and putting it on a cold storage. And then when you wanna sell some, you send a little bit, a few $1,000s at a time, cash that out to your bank account. You should have multiple on and off ramps in case one of them has a problem. There have been horror stories of Coinbase and Uphold locking people's accounts for unknown periods of time for unknown reasons that aren't specified. And maybe the people get their funds back and maybe they don't. Don't trust these people with your money, man. And so let me tell you this. I know this sounds like a hassle, but hey, we're early to the game. When you're early to the game, you gotta take care of this fucking situation. You gotta make sure that shit's secure. Because dude, 15 years could pass. You might want to forget about it. And in 15 years, when your fucking token finally hits the moonshot, you're gonna go, oh shit, I used to have that on such and such. I used to have that in a wallet. Where's my 12-word? You don't want to be that guy that's devastated by the fact that you didn't store it correctly. You know, Bitcoin's been out since 2009, so we're talking about 16 years of life. And during that 16 years, there have been so many stories of people who just didn't take care properly of their 12 words, people who threw away their cold storage devices, and they're just totally in a muck about it, man. Because they know that they lost fortunes. They lost small fortunes. Shit that they can never get back, and that could haunt you. You know, I think of investing kind of like pouring a glass of milk, and sometimes you knock that glass over, man. Sometimes it's out of your control. The glass breaks. Crazy shit goes down, okay? Maybe the milk's spoiled. But if you're lucky enough to have the funds to buy more milk or to have another glass, you fucking pour more milk and you play again. Some people just never get on the bike again, man. You lose a bunch of money and you say, fuck that, I'm out. Dude, the same way you lost a bunch of money, you could then make back a shit ton of money, man. I'm telling you, if you get on this XRP rich list, wait 5 to 10 years, 2,500 tokens is all you need to be a top 10% holder in the whole world. If XRP goes to $1,000, come on, man, let's do some math. That's 2.5 million. Currently, XRP is $2.60. So 2,500 times 2.6. We're looking at $6,500 with a 5 to 10 year potential to turn into 2.5 million. We have people who are calling for a higher price per token than just $1,000, man. We got Jimmy Valley calling for $30,000 per token. We got the Time Traveler calling for $72,000 per token. And you don't even got to be so grandeur. Ask yourself, how many tokens do I need so that when it hits blank price, I feel secure and I could take some out and I could feel good? Scenario, let's say you get beyond the top 10% list. Let's say instead of just 2,500 tokens, you get to 5K tokens. And then when we hit $100, dude, you could take 2,500 tokens and you could sell that for 250 G's. So we just said that 2,500 tokens is valued at 6,500. So if you were to double that, 13K. When XRP hits $100, dude, that 13K will have turned into 500 grand. You could take however much of that off the table that you want. You want to get into good projects that are going to be here for the next 5 to 10 to 15 years, man. You want to get into projects that are working on real world assets coming over from Web 2 to Web 3. You want to be in on the tokenization of real estate. You want to be in on stuff that's overtaking 4X in the Swift market, which is worth trillions and quadrillions of dollars a year. We're talking about 4X. We're talking about remittance corridors. We're talking about all the money, man. This is all going to be on the blockchain because the thing about the blockchain is you can't hide the money. All going to be on chain. Yeah, man. So it's a scary world out there, but welcome to it. I'm happy to have you here playing XRP. Welcome to the Wild Wild West, man. You know, the thing about the Wild West in the movies that we think about, Western movies, that was actually only an 8 to 15 year period of time with this lawlessness that we come to expect from movies. You think of it as a longer period of time. Oh, this was like a 100-year period where you could just go to Texas and California and Arizona and be this lawless cowboy. That's not the truth. But right now in crypto, for the last 16 years, it's been the Wild West. So hey, man, you're a space cowboy now. This shit's like Cowboy Bebop, man. I'm bringing anime into the equation. Get with it. Like I said, what I think is a good thing to do is get on the top % rich list for XRP, get on the top % rich list for Flare. I make videos about Flare too. There's a lot of good assets that are going to be here for the next 5, 10, 15 years that are working on real solutions and going after big use cases. Ride the biggest wave, man. Make a shit ton. There's no reason you can't. Don't be over chasing. Just invest in good assets and sit on your hands and hold. Own your keys. Be prepared for Wild Wild West shit. Don't respond to any emails. You're going to get fake emails from Coinbase and whatever other exchanges you're on. Click who it's actually from, and it's going to be some wacky email. Never click any links. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. Feel free to hit me up on Twitter. I'll hit you back, man. Zach with Web3 Reviews. Thank you for being with us. Until next time.
My main goal is to blow up and then act like I don't know nobody.